comps that are good at spamming B are pretty much the double controller, right? Because vision of this is constantly blocked. So I do massively prefer T1's comp at the moment, but we'll see if it matters. GE have been, at least what we saw from Lock-in, it looked like this was their best map.
Start working their way forward. You can see the deep spread here from the side of T1. Still have to wait for a couple of these rotations to come through, but side player is getting himself in behind the squad, but there's a turret set up to catch him on that flank. Should be hearing this now as the plant will be coming down.
Damn, that's...
Just got cleared, and that's gonna send 2 members
that looks crazy scary to get this plant down. Chat, how on earth did he get this plant down? Oi, this flash is incredible though. Oh my goodness.
The long range right click of all things. As Aaron now finds himself the last man standing, the cove needing to be broken. And
this was really nice to see everyone dueling on top of this. Was a very clean retake. Nice right clicks from the classic in terms of Zeta. Huge flash from Carper as well.
The way that they're going to clear backside is so crucial to all of this. Even though they have to sacrifice a player to do it, they send Munchkin through. He's stunned up. He's still following the orders, following the comms of Zeta. And that's a really good sign here for your new IGL, that your players have trust in
Yeah, we don't really normally see 3 people elbow. It's true.
No,
we get a repeat.
Like, nope,
we get a repeat. This is another tech boss.
Break some space. You can see there they even try to lead him with the Trailblazer, but everybody's ready. And then they stun for Zeta, and they pop on through. So really nice retake here for T1. A good start. Let's see how they're going to be able to continue this. And don't leave him hanging. All right, they got it.
They got it. Got to work on that fist bump synergy. But hey, welcome back. The timer's still at 29 seconds. So once again, we're going to have a pistol round, and then we're going to have a tech pause.
Okay, tech pause coming in. Yeah, Zeta IGL. That's kind of interesting. So he used to IGL in his old teams in CS. In terms of a little bit of insight, I'm more than happy to share this. When we were looking at replacements before Yampi, I spoke to Zeta a lot because I was considering him pretty much for Yampi's spot in terms of before Yampi was there. So when we were going to get rid of, when we were kind of removing Echoes and we realized that we needed a Jet Opper, I looked very heavy at Zeta. We spoke a lot. Just because he kind of ticked the boxes in terms of he can op Jet and he can IGL.
And then it all falls apart. So hopefully that's
yeah, get rid of was not the best way of saying that one, Bacan. I'm not gonna lie to you, but there we go.
Team Secret match later on this week, tomorrow actually, should be our 2 best matches of the week. I think in terms of like what we've seen so far in terms of like perceived skill.
Yeah, he used to op in CS.
I'm curious to see how things have gone because obviously we had a press conference a couple days ago. Got to push some questions over toward Bans, a lot of them specifically around Carpe and how he's been improving and how he's been integrating into the team. And supposedly
it wasn't even the main problem with Echoes. It was more just we had to get a Jet op. Like we had to heavily prioritize a Jet op, and it was between a few players who we were thinking of. So we tried people in multiple people's positions. But Jet op was just too strong at the time.
I was thoroughly impressed with Carpe at Lock-in. I mean, I thought he was placing his utility really well.
Yeah, it's hopefully it's late there, so Echoes missed that one.
His shots are the one thing that I don't think are ever going to be in question in my mind because of his history as an esports player.
Got rid of. Oh my goodness, that was disrespectful.
That is not going to be of any concern to me. It's going to be more about.
It's 5 PM. That's okay. Hopefully there's prac.
Be a really effective Sova, and what I saw in Lock-in was extremely promising.
Yeah, absolutely was.
Bacan's already clipped it. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Be able to get things underway here in just a quick little moment and see how things are going to fare as we get ready to jump back into this. GE.
Just get everything situated. This is first date, kind of normal, I would say.
Yeah, I wonder how much of a common thing this is going to be, right? The first round, maybe they didn't get enough time to actually make sure all of their mics and stuff were good and in terms of being able to hear everyone. So
similar faces, but a lot of new
I
faces
wonder
from
if
Korea
teams
that
need to
have-
get
that had
better at
journeyed abroad
checking that,
previously and are now
because I'm
back
seeing
with
them
us,
talking, so I feel like
is
it's
super exciting.
them testing comms,
It's just an absolute treat
or maybe the tech
have
pause is over.
everybody
I'm not
here
sure.
to have this caliber of team and player for Valorant in Asia is just stellar. I think the thing we all are really excited for this year is going
Is this
to be
the is this the
upward
thing where you
trajectory
just like
of these teams.
you back it up basically
globally,
as Gecko?
It's
I
been a
think I've
struggle
seen
at
that.
times. Let's just be honest. They, other than DRX, PRX, and Zeta, there hasn't been many deep runs, and those deep runs from Zeta and PRX are.
Oh, he had the
kind of
box,
seem to
dude.
be
He has
blips
the
on radar. We're
strangest.
not sure if they're
He
gonna
has
be
the
able to
strangest
recreate that since DRX has been
setup.
relatively consistent.
I would go out there and
but,
say that he has the strangest setup
the
out
rest
of
the
maybe
region
all
has had its ups
esports
and downs,
pros.
so now we wanna see these guys all
There was a
start
guy
to
in
get
there was a
some
guy in
forward,
the
starting to
UK
improve as a region, starting to push
who
each
we
other
played
more.
CS with,
For
who would
DRX,
he
they
did
want
this
that
as
too.
such a troll. He
They
would
want
have
to
his
be pushed. They
keyboard
want to get better.
180'd.
So all of this is just so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're never tested,
So
you're
there
never
was
really gonna
that.
get
So he would
much
play with his
better. I mean,
keyboard
you
like
hear people talk about it all the times when it comes down to playing like fighting games and whatnot. You have to have your ass handed.
yeah,
to you. If
legit
you're going to
180s.
Get better at
Like
a game, if
like
you're
you know
going
how
have
people do it to
drive
like the side,
improve at a
right? This
game.
is very
DRX have been
straight.
sitting on the top for so
This is
long.
very
I mean,
straight. This
only
one's
a
to the
handful
side.
of people
Imagine this,
have
just
really
all the
ever
way,
been able to topple them in
all the
history.
way reverse.
Do turn, as well as F4Q delivering them their
Yeah,
first ever
straight up
loss
upside down.
many moons ago. And aside from that, regionally have not had
His
that
spacebar is
pressure
at the top. Yeah.
on Slayers picking up one single best of 3 against them during a round robin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it needs to happen more frequently here in this league. And if DRX continues to punch down on the other teams, those teams are just going to get better and better.
Exactly. So that's what you need. I mean, the best way to get better is to lose.
Yeah,
That's
why
the
are they
funny
showing
thing. A
them
lot of people
sleeping?
don't
I'm just getting jealous
kind
out
of think
here.
about sometimes. It sucks to lose. It's not fun. No one wants to do it. But sometimes the best way to get better is to lose. So you gotta go through the gauntlet. You gotta test your mettle against the best of the best to be the best of the best.
Yeah, I'm ruining my sleep to just watch people sleeping. Like, this is
Like
outrageous.
Bishop Strikers into DRX. Like very few teams are gonna have
I'm taking this one as a
sort of that
personal
set
attack.
history that they had, in Counter-Strike, in TAC FPS, to be able to kind of propel themselves naturally into this scene. So this year is just so fun for me. It's such a great learning experience because we get to see so many different iterations of these teams and players. I love the way the desk was talking about it with global esports because they are global. We get to see so many interesting kind of players and strategies and ideas, and you can see the talent on this team at Lock-In. I mean, Texture, maybe the Korean Jet, quote unquote him or Meteor in my book. Maybe Psyplayer, who knows? Psyplayer, unbelievable at times with the guard.
Yeah.
So I'm really keen on this global esports team. I think there could be a real. It sets a future for esports as well if they succeed here, right? That we
Sure.
can have truly global teams, that we can really start to branch out and start to grow beyond our own.
Yeah,
borders,
I saw that.
really be
I'm
able
glad
to
Blast are
bring these
doing it
communities.
because they're
Yeah,
gonna
I mean, we
smash it.
saw that experimentation, if you remember, all the way back in 2021 with, was it WGS who picked up, I believe, an import player.
Oh, yes. They brought a player from
they
Thailand?
imported a player from Thailand, and that was the first time we had ever had an import player on a Korean team. And while these aren't Korean organizations that are doing this global, obviously coming out of India, they're still saying, we can take these components, we can take Korean players, we can take duelist players, 4 of them in fact, put them on a team together, have this mixed language, and still potentially make things work. We saw those glimmers over at Lock-In with their performance, being able to take that map off Vitality and looking good doing so. But we want to see that continued growth. I mean, from what we've seen from spending time around this team, especially around the press conference that I was hosting just a couple days ago, you can tell that they are very much leaning into the family aspect around the
Yeah, some
squad.
teams.
It's being felt.
Some
Everybody's
teams
working
do
with
it.
each other.
Again, it's a
Textures making
preference
a ton
thing.
of
Personally,
player
I
and
would
Aaron
start
making
on
a ton of
attack. It's a
Bazzi,
bit
and they're all
more
hanging out
lenient in
together.
terms of
And I
you
think that one of the biggest things for me
terms
that
of warming
Spin
up.
had actually said during the QA was
But-
going in early and trying to eliminate the cliques that can develop between the squads.
I thought
Because
that
when
was
you-
really smart.
when
Um,
you do have those Korean players, you
When
know
I
that
remember
oftentimes they're
bacon,
going to
yes.
just,
I take
typically
like
they're going to default
I
to
take like
sticking around each
some
other 'cause they can speak their
vitamin
natural
stuff.
language. And then they might
Like
stray
just like
away and not
daily
develop a strong enough relationship
daily
with the rest of the team
general
who might be
ones.
speaking,
But
English,
it's
speaking
something
English,
that I
etc.
honestly
So being
forget a
able to
bit
get
too
in
much.
there and just kind of making sure that they're consistently
Arch, thank you.
exposed to one another, making sure that they're
Welcome.
spending time, that is absolutely paramount to building success and building synergy both in and out of the game. So
I
I
love
really
what you're
love the
saying.
way that they've been approaching this. Obviously, there was a ton of questions around
I know you're loaded up these days, Bacan, and you feeling like a
in the offseason.
feeling
We
like a
started
new man.
seeing this team develop. It's like this just like they've lost the plot. I don't know what's going to
And
happen.
I knew he was gonna start
But
bragging
they
about his
actually have
vitamin
been going
regime.
about it in pretty much every single correct
I knew it. I
way
saw the
to
question. I
make
was like,
this
Bacon's just
otherwise
trying to find a way in
unorthodox
here,
system and an orthodox
just to
roster
brag about how
function
many
properly.
vitamins he's
You hit
taken.
two really great points here that I really want to expand on a little bit because I think we have time. So,
There's
first
a
of all,
reboot.
yeah.
So, there you go.
Show off
First of
my
all, it's the
inventory.
way that I'm
As
hearing
soon
the
as
coaching
Valorant
staff
came in,
talk about,
I
you know,
fully sold
eliminating
every
these
skin I had.
points, making sure that it's a whole team
I
effort.
was
It's
just
not
out.
pockets of
I was
players
done
that
with
are
the game.
trying to play together, right? It's the
I
whole shebang.
played the beta for the first week, loaded up CS, got rid of every single skin I
The way
had.
they present themselves as a team
Oh,
really
it was good
resonates.
enough. The
Seems
beta
like
was
they've
good
got
enough for
pretty
me.
good reads
Realized I
on their
liked it so
ideas.
much I
And
was just
beyond
out.
that, to kind of even further bring that home is you're talking about they took all these duelists and turned them into, you know, great players in other roles. Well, what's another team that did that?
DRX.
Yeah. So that's you know, it's been a
Try and
formula for
improve it.
six.
Yeah, that's
for success.
crazy
I
use,
mean,
Bacan.
it's absolutely just. It seems to be a proven strategy. If you've got players who are cracked at aim, they can learn these other agents and fill in those roles extremely well. Mako and Buzz.
Yeah, it is a tech
two
pause.
Perfect examples.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, again, it's still early days. We've only had that single series and a single round here in Pacific so far to make any kind of real judgment.
Chat, this
It
right
seems like
here,
the overarching approach from Global
like
is
filling,
good and that eventually
that's
they
the
should be able to
hardest.
get
That's
to
the
that
hardest
level,
part
but
of
they're
all
not
of like when I
already.
was on
Time will tell
broadcast.
as we are getting ready to go back into the game. I do
Two
believe the
takeaways from
countdown
being on
is
broadcast.
countdown
First of
is
all,
approaching. It's a question
way
of,
more
is it real?
nervous than
Is
I
this a
thought I'd
test
be.
round? Is this
Second
the
off,
real
filling
thing?
is
And it seems like it's going to
incredibly
collapse. We
hard.
will be able to go back into this. Thank you guys for bearing with us as we once again guide you through with our lovely little podcast. This episode brought to you by what's one of our sponsors? Louis, not
Yeah,
Louis,
it's a real talent. It actually is
Ralph
like a
Lauren.
real
It's brought to
talent.
you
Just
by
filling
Ralph
and just
Lauren.
talking about stuff
Anyway,
that is
That's a
kind
nice
of
pose. I'm
relevant, maybe
super
not
excited,
relevant. Who
actually,
knows?
like, really nice.
Did that eye fall
early
into the
flash
hole
out
here?
just to confirm
Okay,
some
either way,
presence
T11
around A.
pistol, just as a reminder,
Global Esports
in terms of this
out to
full eco, literally
fuss about
nothing
it.
into
Go
this.
ahead, grab the orb,
Dude,
try
they
to
have
get the texture.
no joke, this is,
Cut noise.
I'm not actually sure I've ever seen this chat.
Maybe they can
No bits of
play around with
util.
some misinformation here, but it seems like they will just go ahead and
Maybe there
take
were bits of
back.
util used at the beginning, we lost it, but in
Yeah,
theory,
and
no
again,
bits of
I
util.
like these kind of eco rounds where you're
And this is the
getting the most value out of them that you can.
this is the first ever time I think I've
Obviously
actually
wanna
seen
win
a
it,
full
but
eco.
Getting the orbs, getting a couple trades where you can, you know, overstack an isolated player, try to see if you can get a kill onto them. That flash is going to confirm that no one is over towards A main. So coming in through Art underneath this is GE. Gonna try to sneak underneath the noses. Now there is the alarm bot.
Give the
right
new
in
UI a
front
little
of
bit.
them, and
I
that's gonna
think
reveal their
you'll
presence. Let's see if
adjust.
they press the go button.
Honestly, I think
Actually gonna
it's
cut back
I
through,
kind of
move
like
over
it,
towards water.
I like this.
and that's a
Then
good
potentially,
sign.
wrapped
Just
into
because
that mid lane.
I'm normally hating on
That's going to
change.
be the case. Intro.
30 seconds left.
The lone guardian here. Spectre in hand does pull back.
Oh boy.
He's going to be suppressive. Cannot throw down a snake bite here.
Time
Try slow
to
them
time
up, but they
to
have the
yeah
crossfire, and
start
it's into the
stacking
meat
these.
grinder.
Okay,
Saya player
Sai gets
will
a
mow
lot
down
of these,
3,
2
Intro
away from
claims
his ult.
2. Ends up
Very
being a
very
flawless
clean. We
round.
get to see a rebuy of
Just the
one
anti-eco
person's armor.
out
That
the
is
way.
it. Very nice
See
stuff
how
from
they fared
T1.
out with GE, getting some rifles into their hands.
Well, I liked a lot of the ideas there, but Global Esports just had a better one. You know, Intro here falling back, and even though he gets hit by that 0 point, you know, that's a pretty big piece of the puzzle to hit to remove that utility out of that
Ooh,
player's
I
hands.
like
Doesn't
this,
matter.
though. We even get the
crossfire was
coach
there.
added in there.
That's just a easy cleanup for T1. Now, I forget, who did you
That's a
predict?
nice
Who did you
addition to the
have this
replays.
Uh,
Chat, has that been going on for the whole
so
time?
good,
That's
like,
just the
just
first
on my
time I've
prediction.
noticed
Too
this.
bad it's on Twitter. I
Casting.
can go look.
I did go for T1 here.
Okay.
Okay,
admittedly,
either way.
I think that
I
with
went
the
GEs.
It's been happening all
with
the time.
I was expecting
That's
that Intro
worrying.
was going to be playing, and I
You're a
liked
big
the,
Intro fan.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
full
I
buy
have
on
been
this
for
one, like
quite
we
some time.
said. Good bonus in
Not
terms
as
of the
much. I'm
econ.
still a fan,
Let's see.
but not as big as you.
I mean, I was a big fan in 2021. Let's be,
He
let's
had,
clarify.
He had a moment where he was absolutely insane.
He was looking like the best controller in Korea.
Did
But I
we
did
get
go
to
for
see
that.
his breach on Haven?
You can see the bite already set up here to try to catch texture as he drops down off the top of the box.
This is a nice hit.
Just little
So-
touch of damage in. Bazzi will be able to safely get
We'll
the
keep an eye
plant
on this.
across.
It's not the best
Yeah,
plant, so they
Bunzin
have
go
to
there
fight
for
a
a
lot
while.
heavier over
Really
towards
nice
site,
that
right?
easy
You can only really
forward
see this
speed,
actual
right?
diffuse
Come
from pretty much
the
this
plant
line
down.
here in
You
terms
gotta
of
play
being
for retake
at this
here is
point,
T1, but
so
still some
they have to fight a
couple
lot
big guns
heavier.
there. You still got Saya player
T1
with that
have a
advantage, but
chance
you
into
still
this.
got
Let's see
Bulldog
how
and
good they
Zay's
are
hands,
clearing
so let's see
elbow
what they can
again.
do.
Flash is going out. Texture going to be Go blind there. Bazzi able to find one. Intro pushes forward, does find Ronsky for his trouble. Texture swing in the corner, takes down Carpe. But here's the flank angle from Zeta. Runs out of bullets. Reese swings with a ghost. Finds the kill, swaps the weapon. Side player finds Bazzi, and suddenly it's just
not a good
Aaron
plant
left standing.
here. Oh.
The leader in the IGL, unfortunately, will fall.
Okay.
And they've got just enough
Nicely
time to
done.
be able to get the defuse across as T1 will go ahead and close out the bonus.
This is the Zeta that we want to see.
Yeah, it's
This
a big
is-
round. Very,
This is
very
what
big
we were
round.
lacking.
2
Exactly.
gun upgrades
Thank
as
you.
well.
That's
This is a very
exactly what
nice
I was
start from them.
thinking.
They
I
had
mean,
5
it's
people
just-
survive in
This
their
guy at
anti-eco.
times has really been just so good for Cloud9 when he was on there. Arguably, one of their best players.
You kind of saw a bit of a
Phenomenal
difference
Sova player who's now being
in
asked to play a lot of different roles.
the
KO,
comps here
now the
slightly.
Harbor,
Because of the
and
smokes, they only
also
have a small
IGL,
window to try and
so he's
force a
putting into good
plant, so
success.
they
I'm seeing
didn't
a lot of
feel like...
confidence from T1.
It
I'm
means they
seeing
can't really stumble
again,
around
react to
and
his
try and
calls
get a
well.
good
They're doing a
plant,
good job
it
making
go
sure that
down,
they're
and then
clearing
try and
that
get
backside.
another
This time
plant, right?
around
The
versus
vision is
first
only
round where they
blocked
kinda
for a
just
set amount of
brute force their
times in
way
terms of
through
the
the
double
close side to
smoke.
heaven. This time
So
around, they send Zeta. He's
they
able to
kind of
back
just
them
went for
from the
the
flank angle, and that
safer
sets them
plant.
up to clear
It
that
just meant that the
angle
after
so
plant was a little bit
nicely,
harder.
so
Zeta
effectively, and T1 takes the
honestly did
bonus.
great,
And it seems
right?
like
Just
we
the
will have
blocking of vision here so
Global
that he could
calling a
flank all the way
timeout.
around, they did not expect it,
Would be
so
my
that was pretty nice.
assumption here, as we'll wait to just get full confirmation on that.
Striff,
Likely
Striff, I'm gonna start banning
Just saw
this
Rebel
question
that
from
thumbs up
you.
as well, so we should be rolling into that 'cause,
Stop it.
I mean, yeah, dropping
Every
that third
single
round,
day you
that
go
could
for
kick
this
back
one
onto
question. I don't
another
know what it
Eco
is.
without even
I
having
don't know what the meme is.
blades available.
But behave yourself.
Obviously,
Stop
it's
it.
not a great position, a great feeling to be going through at the moment.
Yeah, it means you've got enough money for a couple rounds probably, because you can, like you're saying, squeak out a Blade Storm if Saya player does fall in the next round.
Okay,
So
it's not a timeout.
whoop, whoop. Not a real timeout. Well,
It's a tech pause.
it's another one.
It's good to be back.
Are we sure that Bren didn't bring Pansy and Hypoc with him?
I'm fairly sure.
A lot of the time, Swifty, it can be
Pretty sure
discipline, to
they're
be honest
back
with you.
home getting ready for their own
And then it can
stretch to begin.
backfire.
Yeah, I'm sure. We've got everybody kicking off here.
Like I say, we're just we're cursed individuals. Yeah, paper
We
thin.
are. It's true. People may not realize this. If you weren't watching BC to Korea, for the last couple of years, first of all, shame on you.
Yeah.
Second of all, we had the curse as well. We do carry that burden with us.
The previous series had a fair amount of tech pauses at the
you wouldn't
beginning.
do.
Again, a
What
lot
you
of
can
this
do
is just
other than
adjusting
try to live with it.
adjusting the sounds
can
of everyone.
Confer with a Korean shaman or something to see if you can do a ritual.
I like my DRX ritual.
Yeah,
for-
exactly.
Yeah.
Lift the curse off of us.
I'm good at that. I think I can cover that now. So when I go home tonight, I'll try to come up with something. I'll try to come up with a ritual to remove this technical pause curse from us.
We literally could hire a shaman. That is a
We
thing
could.
that we
Oh,
could
yeah,
do.
yeah. No, I know.
For those who don't know,
Yeah.
it's actually very commonplace for a lot of, like, when you're building a new building to have it blessed by a shaman still. That's a thing that has happened. This very building, this very studio was blessed by a shaman
Yes.
when it was constructed, and somebody who was a part of that that ceremony was none other than Faker himself.
Yes. Yes.
Was present during the what's the word I'm looking for here?
Yeah,
the
makes sense that it's a comms thing there, I think.
christening or
The consecration of it?
that might be right.
I think so. Because if you were going to, like, deconstruct or something like
Yeah, I'm telling you, chat.
Yes.
Telling you, just
religious
let them
consecration.
go off. Filling is
I
hard.
believe
Whatever
that's
they
the
can
case.
talk about,
But,
just let them have
Last
it.
would be like the simple way
Sure,
to go for
sure.
it, but I
Rat's
like
Milk,
I had the word
thank
in
you
my
so
head,
much
it's
with the
been
Prime.
like piece of
He's put a
meat
boomer
right
slug in there, so
but,
maybe we
yeah,
spam
Faker
some
was-
boomer
Faker
slugs
was
as well.
better than
Well,
Rat's Milk,
I feel
appreciate
like
you.
I'm getting a little bit
4 months
a
in
little
the Slug
bit
Club.
screwed here because when I was in Japan earlier, a couple months ago, after I went to the
earlier today.
yeah, I was there earlier today, which actually
Yeah, it
didn't
can
possible.
be
I went
hard.
to,
Still
after
to
I went
this
the
day,
Pride
like,
event in
this was,
Yokohama,
in
I
my
went
opinion,
to,
like Bardolph was the king of
one my
filling this
friends
stuff.
who isn't from the area, but he lived there for a long time after initially moving to Japan.
There was a lot of things that I was impressed of when I did Face It, in terms of Bardolph and DDK and their casting. Filling was one of them. The second one was just how good they were at casting on their own. There were so many times where, like, Bardolph or Dan would go make themselves like a coffee, and it would just be like DDK solo casting for like 2 minutes or Bardolph solo casting for like 2 minutes. But it was just very, very impressive. So yeah, it's definitely a skill that kind of gets overlooked.
Swapped out.
Chat, I'm I'm gonna go to the
Fixed.
toilet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
And
lie.
then
Go under,
I'm-
go on our
The
merry way.
hydrate is coming
normal
back
things
to
happen.
own me.
This is just
I'm
Yeah,
seeing
I
too
mean,
many
it's-
hydrates.
Exactly.
I'm
It's
sipping
the
too
first
much
day.
water.
I'm sure some people are going to be posting like, lol, Korean.
So I'm
Korean
gonna use this,
production,
but
lol.
I'm just gonna mute this and I'll be right
Work
back.
a live broadcast
yeah.
and
Come out here and try.
might
See how it
understand
goes.
that things can be a bit difficult at times. The technology can be a bit testy from time to
It's
time.
challenging, and that's you know, I mean, we've got a lot of great new equipment. Aaron was tweeting about it, how amazing all the monitors and everything here is, how it's the best setup he's ever experienced, and that's great, of course. And it just takes time to kind of make it all work together. And as someone who worked in IT for many years in a previous life, I can tell you that the best laid plans are to fall apart very quickly in the face of random adversity.
Yep, I'll have to see. I know. I mean, I kind of want to. At some point, maybe tomorrow when we come in, I might sneak over and try out one of the PCs because they're playing on 360 hertz,
Oh,
and I've never tried a
Should
360
we-
hertz monitor.
I feel like we need to get like all of us on stage, maybe playing
To a show
some-
match.
Yeah.
Us versus the Korean casters.
Oh no, well, we're gonna get wrecked. Binbon is nuts.
That's true. Binbon is pretty sure he's ascendant,
yeah, he's ascendant.
so
Yeah.
he would probably roll us. I have played against him before
In your
just
queues?
like in-house games.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not my queues.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say.
in like in-houses. And I gotta say, his neon is pretty nasty.
Jeez.
But at a certain point, you start just anticipating that he's going to run at you, and then you just buy a judge, and then hide on a corner and like a lobby on Haven, and you just wait because you know he's gonna come sprinting through, and you just shoot him in the face, and then swap back over to your
Just gotta
Vandal.
pull
or
out the
whatever
old
you got.
vanity. Yeah, got it.
All right, at least we didn't miss
Sometimes you
anything.
gotta play like a rat in order to beat somebody who's better than
It's
you.
a legitimate strategy.
Whatever it takes to find victory,
That's true.
I will sacrifice everything to make it happen.
Oh, I am the same way. I'll do anything it takes. I don't care how ratty.
Sideshow doing an impression of me after I read it. Why is everyone doing impressions of me
As
recently?
we wait for things to get
Boaster
fixed,
started
hopefully there's
something.
any updates that we do receive
Boaster and
now.
Yinsu started
The
doing the
admin
impression of me, and now everyone's going in
is
for it.
on stage to try to get things rectified so that we can carry on our
Actually,
merry-
Yampy
Obviously,
Yampy used to do it a lot.
Nobody
Nobody
wants
wants
this.
this. We all just want to play
Except
the
for maybe
game.
Tom Bays.
That's
Because I know he's doing a watch party, so I'm
I see,
throwing him under the
and
bus.
he's laughing at us as we
Yeah,
have to sit
exactly.
through this pause.
Yeah,
that's all right.
precisely, yeah.
He'll have a vastly worse one, I'm sure, on his first casting day of EMEA.
I
whenever
can
that is.
only hope.
At the end of the day, we might be going through a long pause, but at least we live in a place like Korea,
Dude,
which is awesome.
Okay, sure,
it is great here.
sure.
It is truly great.
I'll mute it. I'll watch it. Let's see what's happening. Probably flashbang. Sorry.
Yo, what's up, Sliggy? What's up? That's 564 chances to make a new follower there. That's 564 chances. Can I get some slug approves in the chat? That's a slug approved streamer. 564 chances for a new follow or a new sub. That's big. That's huge. Can I get some slug approves in the chat? Yep, I've owned it. Circle more things. That's a good face. These are eyeballs, chat. And what else? That's an SM7B. I'm running out of things to circle. I'll circle the circles. This is a circle. These are two circles, actually. Yo.
Okay, that one's pretty good. That was good.
Well, so apparently he travels around
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
to see
Yeah,
VCT
glasses
events.
and-
So,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Similar to
So.
yours a little bit.
I hope it works out for him. I hope, on his road to becoming a commentator.
I hope.
So,
I wish him all the best.
best
of
of luck.
luck.
I remember when I was
Yeah,
in that
poor
position,
casters are just getting drawn
trying
on.
to make it work.
We-
Brent is in fact not listening to the cast.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I like
He said
that
he can hear us
chances thing of
sometimes,
getting
so-
new
'cause during the
followers.
DRX
That's good.
match, because DRX was just destroying it, was getting quiet. Because there's actually quite a few Zeta fans here as well.
Yeah.
They bought a lot of tickets for today's match, so it got a little quiet in the studio when DRX was kind of pounding a little bit there.
It happens. That or we might find something more exciting or more fun in Korean casters, so maybe they're being
That's true.
a little more soft-spoken, but we're riled up about something. Either way,
Imagine
see,
the world where we're more hyped than the Korean casters. It's hard to do.
yeah. Well, people always beg for that. Why don't you cast like the Korean
Oh.
casters? It doesn't,
'Cause it doesn't
work as
work.
well in English.
I just had this very long talk about this on my stream the other day.
Yeah, it's just like a big cultural difference in the way that information is presented.
Dude,
during
Miffle,
the
I'm
game.
not doing
We're
it
being told that
unless
we are going to be
I'll
getting
save
back
it for the
into
moment
things
that I actually
now.
have to do it in real life.
Has had his
Yay.
schedule
It's like one
back
of the-
on, and we can continue on our
I
merry
hate
way.
it.
So
I
fingers crossed
actually
everything
hate doing it.
crossed to ensure
It's
that
too hard.
this does not happen again But if it does,
Okay, we're
don't
back
worry.
in.
We'll guide you through it as usual.
We are back in.
More episodes of the
Right, in
podcast.
terms
We're
of just a
gonna start-
catch up, T1 win
just start
pistol,
clipping
and we
things
just
from our
saw
broadcast when we
they
have
had
these
a
and then upload
flawless
to Spotify.
anti-eco,
Only tech
and then
pauses in the
first
build.
buy round, well, bonus against the buy round in terms of
Tech Pod
GE's buy round.
podcast.
They managed to win it with,
I don't know.
how many people alive? Was it
Oh,
2?
well. I don't think Ronsky knows what hit
Yeah, I
him.
think it was 2.
I don't think many people would be expecting that.
Okay, so we get over towards this round. They decide to try and get the all outfit texture, and
Absolutely brutalized. Granted,
yeah, they need to
again,
start
this is
doing
gonna be
some
Eco dropping
damage
the bonus.
into this round if they can.
Blades are picked up here by Texture, was able to get some orbs and charges, but he gets stunned, and as he tries
3
to
rounds
leap
and
up over the top,
36
Munchkin
minutes.
just go ahead, snipe him in the face.
Yeah, the utility combo there, so good from T1. A Trailblazer to follow up, just absolutely destroyed any hope that Texture was going to get any value out of those Blade Storms. Intro here, he's good for it.
Yep.
Clean against Aaron.
Waiting on that lurk. Scoops up the kill again. Push is wrapping around into Art, but once more there is that alarm bot, so at this point you suspect that they are both going to be playing together, so as soon as they destroy or trigger this thing, going to know exactly where both players from the side of GE are at. Cutting their way through. Once more, it looks like they're just going to be wrapping around, going for Link, jump out, and 2 more kills for Intro, finding 3. So a flawless round here.
One
No
armor needs to get
economic damage
rebought.
dealt here from the side of Global.
One armor needs to get rebought. That is it. It's
Now
very
we start
nice
looking
for
at this
Econ.
round is super important for Global Esports. You know, being down 4-0 already on a map that, you know, you had to heavily favor them
Oh
on,
my.
just based on both of these teams' experiences at lock-in. But
That little pixel
again,
angle.
that being said, kind of something people have to keep in mind is there's been pretty significant changes to T1. Not only with Intro, but with a few coaches. So again, you know, GE.
Okay, second buy round for GE. In terms of what they're up against, we're very close to getting these ults online. Yeah, this timeout makes a lot of sense. Dude, this looks nice though. In terms of the whole new UI, this looks sick.
Maybe a little bit of the initiative. They can come out with a few surprises, a few set plays, whereas GE kind of on the back foot because they have a little bit
still
more
didn't
tape
add the
on their
money in though,
players.
right?
Obviously, we have Wrongski here, but
Still didn't add the money of the ults
we
in.
don't have SK Rossi, so it is a little bit different. But for the most part, you're gonna have a pretty good idea of the general thought process. You still have Aaron as the IGL. You don't have a different IGL like you do with T1. So absolutely, I think GE a little bit on the back foot. Let's see if they can use this timeout.
I haven't
kinda
had
change
anything
the pace,
updated
change
for
the
the Fnatic
I mean,
stuff.
you know, mentioning Rossi, one of the things that he had said when he was doing a stint on the desk over at Lock-In was, you know, he was talking about when your IGL is finding kills, when the IGL is fragging, and how that can really inspire confidence and a drive to, you know, want to, you know, match them in that regard. You see your leader leading the way, you want to be able to follow in their footsteps and have a similar impact. He was talking about that quite a bit, and right now we're not seeing it as nearly as much from Aaron as we're seeing it from the side of Zeta. So we need to see Aaron really start finding impact in these rounds.
Okay.
Do some great shot calling, find some
Important
frags
rounds.
to really just start
But
getting
yeah, they
Global
need to
up snuff
need to keep an eye on
and
these
back
suits,
into
see if they
this.
get any ults
Granted,
out. Heavy. Boy, boy. This is 6+ and Joel over towards A main. Both teams wanted to take A main.
Down, and there's Aaron finding that initial kill.
There you go.
Fragment sent out.
Makes a lot of sense why T wanted to do this.
Pulling away from this position.
And get the Harbor ult
Wanting
out
to test
here
their
if
luck
they get this
anymore.
ult.
They're happy with the kill that they got, and they go ahead and they back away.
Yeah, the pick and run. And this is precisely the right time to kind of highlight the point you're talking about. Aaron needs to pick it up. But the thing that I was really impressed with Aaron at Lock-In was his lurking.
I'm
He
not
was
sure
all over
about
the map,
better,
hitting
but they look good with
opponents in
him.
the backs at great times, especially on Lotus. I thought he was really, you know, as not
Okay,
great as
interesting
that map went for
decision. They
GE.
didn't feel
I
super
thought he
confident
was
about the
doing
orb,
pretty
unless I
well.
missed this.
So I like what they're doing.
But they
here.
didn't get it
Leave
over
Aaron
towards
on his
Harbor, and
own,
they've
isolate him,
because we've had a
start
cut of
finding
sounds.
success.
They're gonna go try and stack over towards B. I see the ping coming in as well, so it's looking like T1 have a very good read on
Or
this.
maybe it already got cleared before I looked
A
at the
little
map.
bit of a
But
gamble,
regardless, GE
and it's
pulling
definitely
back
going to pay
right
off
into the
real
heavily
long
fortified
to
B
go and
side,
rotate
following
over
on by
towards
the
A in
down
terms of this map.
Okay, by the
This
doors,
could
got it, so
be-
it wasn't there, but I
this
think
could
that
be a
might have
perfect
caused
read from
GE to
T1.
kind of second guess themselves here, where they thought it might have been a trap.
However, I mean, T1, despite the
Definitely
early
need to
kill,
keep
they
an
do
eye
have
to
the
see
correct
if
read on the site.
Zeta can
Fight
get a
to try to
kill.
delay the entry. Texture up over the top of the
This
screen.
ult might
Cyplower
just
player
prevent
waiting for the
everything.
push out, and we'll get the headshot. Follows up for a second one. And Intro's got
Wow,
covering
so
fire.
nice.
Soronsky gets taken down, and the advantage completely falls apart. Now with
Kind of
the
similar
12
to the
seconds
game
remaining,
before, right?
they're
Just
backing away.
constant
Aaron
block,
tries to get the flank,
constant
tries to
block of
find
this
another
area.
weapon, take it out of the hands of T1. But even Bazzi cannot
Damn,
survive.
it's
Picked
so
off at
strong.
the very end.
T1 looked great.
Carpe,
Using this comp
one
very well.
casualty taken down
It's
within the first 10 seconds
insanely
of the round.
impressive. Chat, I tell you what is
T1
insanely
will go
impressive.
ahead, close
So
out
many
yet another one.
teams are handpicking
Yeah.
the loud
What I
comp
think happened here
and
is
playing
that they pushed
exactly the
towards
same
Art,
way,
got outside,
and
they
it
got to the
it
spot
honestly
where
just
the
looks like
alarm
the
button
best way
normally
to
is. It
play
wasn't
it.
there this
You
time.
don't need to change anything out
And
just because
decided
it's
to
so
rotate off of
strong.
it and,
It
just
really is just like
T1
watch
guessed
one
correctly
demo
their
and just copy what they
positioning
do,
and
and
running
it
that
works
crossfire,
really, really
running
well.
those defenses
It's
no
very
matter
impressive
what.
that Loud did it on
Defenders
so
have a
many
huge
maps and
advantage
had
in
it
this
right
situation.
within.
So T1 able to convert
Like
with
they
some
used
nasty shooting
the
from Saya player
off
outside
season,
heaven.
maybe the best out of
One of
every
the things I
team.
will say is that, again, back at Lock-In, I believe it was Rishi, we had an interview with him, and he had said, you know what, the team often starts slow. In their scrims, he was saying,
GE.
GE.
Okay,
We might
both
drop
buy
our
rounds
first map, but then we bring it back
go in
after
the
that.
way of
We kinda
T1.
saw a bit
We
of
have
that.
ult here.
Yeah,
We're
with
super
their
close to
series
these
versus
other
Vitality.
ults.
They had their
Managed to
pick 'em
squeeze out
split.
a buy
They
here.
went 13-4,
Some light
and they
armors,
crushed
in
when
terms
they
of
went
3
over
light
Vitality's
armors, so
pick 'em pro. Now they find themselves
the loss
selecting
bonus is
this map,
so
and things are looking a little bit rough. Granted, there's
so
still time
good
to
now
turn
that
things
they're
around
managing to get some
in this
extra
map
buys
itself.
in.
But even then, I'm not going to be counting them out of this one.
Nice
should they
shots.
drop this?
No,
Messiah
absolutely not.
just finds 3. Texture with a nice timing.
I mean, he's
does
done
keep it
enough
coming
though
off the
into this
flank.
round.
Still though, man advantage in the hands of T1. Pit going to be abandoned over in mid as they try to get themselves back.
They
into
still have a
retake
pretty
position.
good window
Now,
to plant
waiting
this,
out, Spike not planted,
and they
Bazzi
have
looking
enough
to go
map
for it now.
control, so this round is still open.
Have to plan on the other side of this wall.
It's
A
not
lot of this
default,
is
so
down to
Spray
texture.
Doesn't get any damage across. Playing it right on that front left corner.
Let's see how
Outside
Manya
of
does
Art.
on site as well.
Flash out, Texture.
In theory, the
away
crossfire
in
is
the
pretty
corner.
good.
Carpe finds one. Yay, the push out. Carpe
Well.
gets another one.
Or we can just do this.
As the Cove comes up.
Damn, what a
Carpe's
nice
got the
cleanup.
finisher. Quick,
Oh my
snappy
goodness.
headshots coming across. As T1 will now move up.
Chat, they're
6-0.
winning
Yeah,
these
like I said,
buy
there's
rounds.
no doubt about this guy's mechanics. They are absolutely crisp and clean.
I mean, it's looking easy.
Phenomenal. Now
They have
just,
so many
T1
people
guarantees
alive.
themselves at
Look
worst
at their
in
money.
6 halves, so that was, yeah, I mean, Saya player getting aggressive with
Look
the
at
op,
that,
and,
like
you know, we've seen it tons of times with this guy. He is
they're buying for the
absolutely
rest of the
nasty
half.
with that operator.
They have a
Super
comp
fine.
that's very good
Super
on
early
attack.
value. Before the flash, gets ahead of it, catches Aaron trying to cross through. Prowler follows it up, but it's a
When
little
am I
late.
calling it? I think it's done. I'm calling it now.
Absolute
It's done.
risk with those Vandal headshots.
I don't know. We'd have to see
Yeah, this is
something
looking great for
crazy.
T1, man. I mean, it's we can only hope that it's just that kind of
Oh,
typical.
okay.
Oh, that was a little bit off.
Like we play the highlight reel for Saya player. Like, look
That's
at
the
these
curse
off
that
shots.
you
His
wanted?
timings are
Okay.
perfect, and then he just kind of whiffs an easy one there. Little jiggle peek still coming out. Knife to try to force him off his position. Doesn't have a tailwind available. Goes ahead, backs away. Munchkin looking to go ahead and retake, but now they know the presence of a second player. Saya again not connecting the shot. Swaps to the shorty in case they decide to.
Oh no,
Aggress on
they're
his
actually going to win
position,
this
but
round,
Texture's
aren't they
wrapped
now?
around the back,
Oh boy.
and it's an easy kill.
Uh-oh.
Now an operator in hand. A site widely open aside from this KJ util.
Love the change of pace here from the side of GE, recognizing that that space was being left open by double doors. And Texture is able to take
So they pick
advantage
up the
of it,
attack
puts them to
up.
the
They're going to
pinch,
be able to get a
getting a
plant.
really
Who
big
has
kill.
the
Now
spine?
lockdown,
Okay,
trying to
no
set this up.
ults on
You
top of
gotta
that.
know that the
If
back
they
alley there
wanted
is
to,
gonna be
they could give it to Astra.
open here.
Yeah, it's a slow swing. As Munchkin, what is that? Two quick kills. and
Oh
he
my
gets
goodness.
three! What?
Oh my
Mouse
god.
down Texture. The
What
gun is
the
gone,
hell?
and Munchkin's on for the ace.
Okay.
He's pushing for it as well.
Not
See
like
Intro
this.
trying to set it up. Munchkin will fall, and Intro
Oh
will
my
just run
goodness.
him down.
What do we reckon, chat? He saw him
I
over the
was
wall?
so impressed with the way
I
GE
dunno.
played that round.
Either
Again,
saw him
you
over
kind
the
of
wall or he was
recognizing
just
that
insanely
if
aware
the
that he
alarm
picked up the
bot was
op and most
outside of
likely he
Art,
was going to go to this angle.
that they had some open space, and now
Might
I'm
have
seeing
had
things
an
out here from
updraft.
T1 identifying that space that Texture took to
Or
get
maybe
that
it's
backstab
someone
on the
on
Saya
the
player,
team had the
but then it's
updraft.
just this. I mean, you got players
Wait,
stunned
I
up
think there
here.
was a ping there
Flash
early.
as
I think
well.
actually what happened is the Harbor heard it
I was
here
gonna
and he
say, I don't
pinged it
think he
out
saw
pretty
anything there. I
early.
think he just kind of sensed that, or he maybe heard the updraft.
I think that they had heard the updraft. I think that there had been maybe a shot coming across as well. Either way, they just knew
Yeah,
that
pretty
Texture
sure
was gonna be
Harbor
positioned there.
heard it from here.
Granted, yes, it's a 4K in an eco, but the manner in which Munchkin
Okay,
did it.
that was just an eco
So
though,
very
so don't worry
impressive.
too much.
Might
But
not be the kill. and
okay,
ooh,
here we
Bazzi,
go.
great
This is
answer
it.
back.
This is the best chance for
Much
sure.
aside before
How
he gets
fast
to
can they
safety,
do
as I
this?
say, Wronski
Astra
does get
ult goes
tagged
in
up,
as
knocked down
well.
37
It's a
HP
weird
by that
Astra ult.
clip shot
They
through
want to
the
like
wall.
pinch over towards this.
They at least still have the player alive. Texture now moving in, finds one. Carpe only going to be good to finish off off the weakened KO.
Right there. Spike planted.
Zeta tries to get himself into a decent spot. Ball comes up, sprays across a little bit, trying to see if he can find any quick picks. Cope now down, instantly broken. Still have to be wary about this flank coming through from the link. Zeta gonna be good for one. They start getting the read on this, and Munchkin wins the fight. Texture gonna be taken down, but do they anticipate
Do
that
they
Aaron is
expect
also
the
going to be in this
double
position?
luck?
They need to be watching for it. Munchkin gets it to half, tries to take
Okay.
the fight.
Nicely
will
done
shut
from
it
Aaron.
down.
They did
Global
not
Esports
expect
now
a double
on the
luck.
board here in the 8th round.
Yeah, there's
Big
that
opening
Aaron
kill.
flank.
That helped a
That's what
lot.
I'm looking for.
Nice
Able to
round in
finally
general.
get some value out
I
of
kind of
himself.
liked this ult.
Huge win here for
Right, the
GE.
ult,
Still
all like
making
this, it was a little
really,
bit more this way,
challenging.
and
Was
just kind of
T1
pinch
pushing it
over
to a
towards this
2v2
area.
there
I thought that was pretty
towards
cool.
the end. So even investing a reckoning at that point, feeling like they had the confidence, they had the
Yeah,
ability
Plant
to
could have been
potentially
better.
take that
I
round
agree
away
with you
from
there.
GE and really put
But the
nail in
double
coffin,
flank,
but just
the double
barely.
flank was pretty nice.
He's
They're going
able
to talk
to
about that
hold
as
on
well,
there
so they're
with
going to be
a
more
really
ready
nice
for
play
it. So
from
we'll keep an
Aaron.
eye on if they decide to double flank here any time again. But
All right. Now
it was
let's see if
definitely
that
nice to throw in
slowness
there.
is out of GE. Let's see if they've kind of found
in
their
terms of the
groove,
econ, though,
picked
they're
up
going to
some
have to
steam.
do this.
You know, Batsy getting
I
that
mean,
early kill, really setting
They're
the
going to have to win
tempo
at
here
least
for
2
them.
more in a row to break the
A couple
econ.
ults. Oh no, he's so good.
Texture taken down, no command out, and
Oh.
Wronski, okay! He gets himself
Holy
on
hell.
the board.
Nice,
0-8 prior
nice
to that,
late
but what a
trade.
great shot. Lockdown.
The
just gonna wait
awareness
it
that
out.
he would have still been at this angle and
On
didn't
the
fully
B
fall
site.
back
Still
was,
have Zeta, still have intro.
yeah, that was impressive.
Back over towards B. Flash out confirms presence.
Yeah, caught Wronski there. Now you're seeing some pings coming out. I think maybe there might be
Okay, they cut
worry
sound.
about a
They
flank
cut
coming
sound,
from
but
the
as we can see, they didn't go all the way through. So
Yeah.
there's good amount of
Just trying
info at the
hold
moment
things
for
down, looking
T1.
for a aggressive push out of T1, maybe expecting some kind of pressure.
So
Not
basically,
gonna
what
happen.
what
Looks like they're gonna set up for a-
what's going on here is
full
GE
four-man
thinks
push.
that they've created pressure here, and this is now a
Utility here,
question
you got
mark.
the
So they're going to
Nightfall
group up,
for
and then they're going to
Batsy.
it's going to feel like a split because they think they still have pressure from here.
Cross,
But
that's
the
all the
alarm bot
information
just
that
means
T1
that
need.
the alarm bot's everything.
Sat back over at dug out as
So yeah, they don't have to worry about that at all.
Shifts instantly in to the trail.
It's going to help so much.
Trying to get that stun across, can't make it happen. Intro now going to fall. Sprays out through the smoke.
That
Bazzi
might be the draw
managing
that
to find
decides
two,
it though.
finds
Dude,
the
he gets
third.
another
Carpe
here.
will shut him
It's
down.
an insane round.
Now needs so much more. The 1v2, both players damn near full HP. Carpe down to 42, goes for the tap. They know that this isn't a commitment. They get the right read. The push comes out, the timing.
Insane
bit
round
off.
from Bazzi.
Aaron
Holy
will
hell.
go ahead,
Okay,
get
this is
finishing
very
blow.
nice. 2 in a row.
GE put a
2 in a
second
row.
round on the board.
Money's still there, like we
Yeah, just
said, but
phenomenal discipline,
it's a very good start.
from the side of GE
I
on
liked the
this.
calling. I liked the idea.
Holding back even
Um,
though Carpe has a
Yeah,
really nice,
Bazzi,
cheeky little
bit of a
play.
hero play to make
Finds
this
a
one
pick out of
doable
the
though.
smoke.
Let's see the replay.
Backstab here finds a great timing onto Wronski. Wronski kind of having to act.
How does he get this
as
third
that
kill?
entry, as the KO. Still though, Batsy.
Oh, it was really
Really
nice.
shooting here from Batsy. Starting to come alive. You know, big first kill in the previous round. Now he had 3 kills in this round. Aaron there for the cleanup, and GE seems to be finding some steam, finding some momentum. Texture back with the Blade Storm. Gonna go up and over.
I mean, Saya was swinging back out to try to snipe him.
Okay, they take control, starting to stack some more orbs. Pretty far away from a lot of ults apart from the
9,
knives
I
here,
believe,
so
at the moment.
closest one they're going to get is the Fade. Has
Again, I mean,
Spike as well, so
potentially a
just
score
simple round
story.
at the moment. Just
Two
clearing
lock-ins.
over towards A, creating the question
Lot
mark
of
here.
confidence around the edges, not a
And
lot of impact
the
power.
dog was used
As
towards
after-
middle.
after they had gotten
They said the
past
op
that
out, and
first
now they
map,
can have a
that's when they
rotate. This
really
is still a
started to
question mark,
dive.
so you might see the Sky rotate here, but
Obviously,
now
you
we've had
don't wanna
sound
have to rely
over
on the
towards
map
B.
too
Sky's going to rotate
all
towards
the
B.
time. You know, putting yourself down at match point.
When does this
to
go
be able to
down,
pick up
and
those
how
first
do they deal
rounds.
with it? Okay,
Trying to
flash
sneak
through.
Munchkin in here. There was a knife to check this. 2 kills, and they do convert.
Munchkin finds one. C is going to be burned. Munchkin cuts back.
Can he get
closing up
another?
Inside of Hall. The push coming in and snaps onto Texture's head. Now spots out Bazzi. We'll start backing away. Aaron still rotating in to try to reinforce his position and make this a winnable situation.
One enemy
Spotted.
remaining.
It's not even Munchkin who finds the kill.
Holy.
He will get the third
Okay,
and final of the
nicely
round.
played.
As
Nicely
T1
played from
stop
Munchkin
the momentum
especially.
Build up.
I love the way T1 plays this. I love the protocols in place here from Munchkin. He misses. He dodges the 0 point that goes just outside of backside.
Yeah, it was cool.
Immediately after
A lot
it's
of cool
done,
stuff from
they
T1.
pop up the toxic screen. He moves back into backside, and they have no idea.
Yeah.
GE's not ready for it at all, and Munchkin's able to find great
T1 are
kills.
doing a lot
You know,
of
again, you could see GE
a
was
lot
even
of good
looking
stuff.
in
I think
his
Carpa's
direction 'cause they thought
util's
it was
been
clear. They
nice
thought
as
it was
well to
clear
kind of
'cause
make
their
sure that they
0
can
point
get
had just
rotates
touched
and
it,
like
but he
flashes
found
and info
perfect
and
timing to
dogs have
sneak in
been
there undetected, and
like
that
good timings
changed
for them
the
to
round for T1.
like
Well
when
played
there's a
by them.
question mark somewhere across the map, the util use is getting used pretty early on, and GE are leaving those areas relatively fast afterwards.
It's
a
So
lot. He's
the
playing
util's
really
been
good
nice.
right now.
Pretty much guaranteed to have it now.
Okay,
Texture
straight up
dashing
B hit.
forward. They're prepared for this.
People need to flood in
Double
faster.
nanos. Gonna cut off any swing potential, but Texture still gets in there up in front of the wall, so he didn't necessarily expecting that position. Does end up getting clipped. Munchkin, however, looking to anchor around the back of Secret. Good for one, but Texture goes ahead and trades up, finding himself a second elimination. Spike now planted 4v3. Turns away from the flash, but just can't steady the game. Carpe swings around, finds one. Shot goes wide, side
Fade
dashes
over.
out. Keeps himself safe as the Nightfall is going to be committed. Manages to find two. Saya, however, not clipped by this. Still has his audio, but Aaron comes up with two. Now a
What
third
the
elimination.
hell?
And again, that's what you
Oh
want
my
to see out of
goodness.
your IGL.
Every single time they're getting over towards A and someone's
Perfect
getting
stuff
3
here
kills that they
from
shouldn't
the
be
side of
getting.
Texture in the
It's
beginning part of
insane.
this round, able to win 2 huge trades off the rip that give GE the site. This is the Texture we're looking for. This is the guy who has been so consistent in Korea as a Jet player for so long.
What's the
Previously,
second kill
Damwon
like?
Kia,
It was very
B
fast.
plus Kia, but this is just huge here. You know, outdueling Munchkin, some help, some friends there. And then Saya player, another nice shot, but Aaron from range.
Oh my god,
what a
that's
tap.
how
Yeah, just
he had
swung
no
right in
idea
here.
about it. Extra little
Gets the setup
stray
to
bullet,
finish off
that's
Saya.
so unlucky.
Beautifully done there. GE now very much need to net this 4th round victory for them here right at the end of the half. Swing out Aaron, spotting everybody.
Oh boy.
Expecting the rush. Sends out at least one
Holy hell,
nano.
they're pushing so
That's the second,
aggro.
and they should know exactly where he's at, given that that dog did not clear
Nice
him.
kill.
Despite the fact
Okay,
that he
how much
opens up
space do
damage
they
on the
try and
carpet,
take over
takes him to
towards
1
B? They need to
HP.
push aggro because they're going to think
Will
that
be
this
able
is
to finish it
happening.
off. In the meantime,
So
though,
yeah, they
B site
push
has
over
been
towards
taken.
spawn. 2 in the
Are
smoke
very
at the
much
moment. Here comes the
entrenched
flash. They
in
get the
this
third person
positioning.
there as
No one
well. So
fanning out over towards
nicely
main.
done.
They're all pushing towards
Polvi,
spawn,
what's up, dude?
getting ready to just clash completely against
Thanks so
T1.
much, man. 4
Yeah, I
months in the
think they
Stock
thought
Club.
maybe the space would be
Hope you're
open,
doing well.
and instead they're going to be
Full money.
challenged for it.
Taken down 25 health. Tries to play forward. Zeta just bangs the bomb.
There was some pretty cool calling
Finds that
going
kill
on.
Texture going to be good for one. Pushes back out, but the trade up comes through. Now it's just Bazzi. And yeah, I mean, lockdown committed, doesn't matter.
So
It would've flushed him
I
out,
liked
but they
a lot
find
of
the kill all the
how
same.
T1 played
T1
this.
gonna close out
Created
the
heavy
first half,
pressure over
defending
towards
side,
spawn here,
9-3.
and then the immediate reaction, what you think they're going to do is go all the way
really
down
like
and flank behind
the
fast.
IGLing for
They
Zeta
decide to
so
not
far
go
this
for this
half. I mean,
at all.
obviously it looks good
Everyone
'cause they're up 9-3,
insta-rotates
but
towards
the
spawn, but
call
obviously
here
the
to
pressure
push
was still
onto
here
Aaron,
in
knowing
terms
the
of
situation,
behind,
knowing
so
that he had his
that was very,
lockdown,
very
and
nice.
they could remove it.
And chat,
One
they
of the
killed
most
the...
crucial pieces
Was it the
of
Killjoy that
equation
they
for
killed
any
at spawn?
team is having that
'Cause that's why
lockdown,
this
right? One of
works
the
so
biggest
well.
ults in the game. And as soon as they know that they've got Aaron likely isolated, because you know a lot of Killjoy players like to play off on their own, kind of holding down the
Yeah,
flanks.
so it makes a
they
lot of
just
sense.
push,
They kill the person who
push,
normally has the
push.
util to
And
watch
Aaron does
behind,
everything
so they
he
just
can to
know
try
that
to
the
delay it
pressure's
with those
constantly
Nanoswarms,
going to
but
be
it's just
there.
not enough.
So they're going to be a
The
little
mid
bit
is there
split
from
up so
T1,
that when
and
they
they are all in
try and
when they
reactively
succeed.
take spawn, they can have more people there.
Fortunately,
It
Gamble
was-
cutting back into
that was a
spawn
very-
rather than
that
committing
was
in
very
towards mid.
impressive.
Wasn't sure if there
It
was
was
going
nice
to be
calling.
that extra alert coming out of Art, so kind of felt like he was in a rough position, had to just maybe cut across over towards B, get himself into shops, but there's just far too many people encroaching on his position. He just can't get away. So a very
amount of
solid
overpeaks from
defending
GE,
side here for
When a
Team
lot of
one.
your
So-so.
players are main
you
duelists,
know,
it's
historically, Aaron's strong suit. So now we'll have to see how the
it's
shot
probably
going
gonna
to
be
look
an
as they
issue.
swap this side.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a key here for GE is, yeah, the defender side, you know, it's kind of something they would like to lean into, but also getting that op into Texture's hands. You know,
Sure.
if you guys aren't super familiar with Texture, he's a phenomenal opper, extremely consistent. He may not be the flashiest opper, he may not be a guy who's
The production is so good. I tell you what is like I tell you what has been insanely nice about this, in terms of especially going from watching the NA stuff last night to watching this, the replays are incredible. Just being able to see kills off screen and actually knowing that we're going to get the replays, it's incredible. It really just makes the whole thing so much better. Just like those extra question marks in terms of like the a good example would have been like the Aaron extra kill here. Like how has he got this extra kill? And we actually get to see the replays. It's so nice.
It's just, the
And it's just
way
because there's no, the only reason for it again is just because there's no just because there's no actual
Yep.
It's all right though.
replay system. So a
So
lot
we'll
of
wait for an
times this
update,
actual
see
event they
what
just
the
have loads of
issue is,
PCs,
maybe on the GE
just
side.
just more people in the spec spots.
With Ronski. Figure out what's going on and then get things underway.
Yeah.
I gotta say, obviously, a bit of a rough start here for Ronski, but it is worth reminding everybody this is his
Also, the
first
replay
official
passing is really
ACT
good. Very
event
fast
for
at just
his,
clipping
especially
all
as
of
far as
the
something, international, because this is
the
very
feeds
international.
together.
We have an extremely international league.
Right. He's
given
played
its-
other stuff before, but
Yeah, all of Asia involved in this, and granted, wasn't able to make it over to lock-in, didn't get to perform on that stage. We saw Rossi in his position. Now
Damn.
that Rossi can't be here,
Has
we see him
more tech
stepping up.
pauses
This
than
is
rounds.
a bit of a debut
That's
for him.
devastating.
So, there's obviously a lot of added pressures that are going to be
That
coming
is
in
devastating.
with that. We'll go ahead and take a look back at some of the replays from this first half,
Oh,
though. They're able to close out this last round.
I do want to give GE some credit here. Yes, the first 6-7 rounds.
King of
whatever it was,
Cupcakes,
they lost
thank
in a
you
row.
so much, dude.
Not ideal.
2 months.
Not the way they wanted to go. But in the
Thank you for using your
second
prime on me.
quarter, we'll
Chat,
call
you know
it
what to
that,
do.
right?
We've got a lot of time here. We
First
can
half
definitely
to
spam
two
some
quarters,
slugs.
right? Two halves of a half.
The second half of the first half.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather say second quarter. In the second quarter, I thought they're making good adaptations. Again, playing off.
Yeah,
even
it's
when
true.
they lost
I think
rounds,
it's always
playing
going to
off that
happen like
alarm
first
bot
time a lot of these
positioning,
teams
trying
run
to rotate
stage.
in and around that, even though it didn't go their way. The ideas are solid, I think, fundamentally. And then I really like the way that Batsy, like you mentioned, he was really cycling through those nightfalls really quickly. And towards the end there, we saw one where he threw it out as
I mean, just
part of
just
their
practice
execute,
with it really
and then he
long.
saved it the other time for part of their post plant to really help lock it down. So little things like that actually make a huge difference because it throws your opponents off and it makes their ideas and their planning
Yeah, DRX
and their
games
protocols
long
much more
gone.
difficult to follow through with.
Straight
So
up 2-0
there's
from
some
them.
good things to take away here for GE, but right now T1 looks really good.
Yep.
I'm super impressed with the way they're being
Score
IGL'd
right now
by
is
Zeta. I
9-3.
think he's calling round around some really good
9-3
in-the-moment
T1.
decisions. Everybody seems to be on board. The communication seems to be great. I'm seeing just commits to the right decisions. They're confident in that, like you were talking about. When your IGL's fragging as well, but also when he's making good calls, that sets your team up for success. It really just fuels that confidence.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about pressures, for both of these squads. I mean, let's talk about pressures on T1. They come into this an organization that during their time trying to compete in North America didn't find much success, didn't qualify for a couple of those challengers splits. Now they come in under this organization name, the most successful Korean org period.
Ever? Yeah.
They find themselves on this team back on Korean soil for the first time with a roster that obviously had a lot of questions around it as far as the way that it was assembled. Carpe coming in, having not been playing Valorant, there was a lot of eyebrows raised at this. So there's an immense amount of pressure on these players to deliver. C1 is not only one of the most successful orgs, but by way of their
I'm not too
success,
sure,
also
Striff.
one of the
I would have had
largest
to.
fan
I would have had to
bases
watched
in
it back
Korea.
or
And when you
paid more
suddenly come
attention
out
to
here
it.
representing that, a lot more pressure applied to you
Yeah,
than
they
there
have
might have
some-
normally been.
Let's call them passionate fans.
Yes,
Very passionate
very
fans.
passionate fans.
I mean, and that's the thing for T1. Like, the pressure's there to not just to succeed because of the history, but because of the fan base to bring them here, to bring them to this team, to this esport, to this stadium.
All right,
to
we're
come
back
here and
in.
support them. So, yeah, tons of pressure on them, but
3
I
frenzies.
like a lot of the pieces they have in place. Particularly for me, it starts with Zeta. I think he is just an
Yeah,
all-around, one of the most solid players.
I'm
you'll
very
find.
much on board with you as well,
Clearly now
Liz.
showing some
Been a
diversity,
big advocate
with
of
the way
Silver
he's
on this
able
map.
to change in his, not just his agents, but in his role on the team, and he's still
Nah,
performing
not
very
yet,
well. Side
Pecan.
player at his best. We've seen some absolutely ridiculous stuff from him.
I
where he
think
just
honestly what
takes
I'm gonna get
maps
before that,
over
Pecan,
by
is
himself. So this team,
is it Air Fryer? Is that the one?
future is bright, and I
That thing's
like
kinda
what I've seen
unreal.
so far from Intro, and I hope it continues.
Well, talking about that shot calling, let's see how Zeta fares now on the attack, because this is where I'm expecting to see a lot more of an impact, a lot more clean calls.
Oh,
from
you
the
gave me a
side of
birthday
Aaron.
present now,
This is
Pecan.
his bread and butter. And already Ronski getting things done. They lose out on texture, but Aaron arrives, finds a third elimination for the
Wow,
squad.
okay.
As Carpe tries to get the push on Abazi and ends up getting cut down.
1v4?
Intro now on his lonesome will
Not gonna
fall.
happen.
And very
Nice start from them.
swiftly,
It's gonna be very, very
Nova will
hard,
go ahead
especially
and
against
start
this
things
comp.
off with a pistol win.
But
Intro
let's
kinda got lost in the
Let's
sauce
see.
there. He was in the middle of all of this, trying to find a flank, trying to find something. But Wrongski here off the back of that great
Holy
haunt,
hell.
able to
The
find
fade
2 kills.
eye
And hopefully
was
that gets him going.
massive.
You know, set up your players who are struggling a little bit, give them the opportunity to find some value, and Wrongski just kind of W-king in the back sight. Finds 2 huge
Okay,
kills
nice
to
buy
give-
up. Lord of Spectres.
Wait,
Okay,
what
just playing
happened
for
to
the
score at
bonus.
top? Alright,
In
I
terms of
looked
this,
at
dude,
top and I'm
the
like, wait a
frenzy,
minute.
the frenzy,
We have to flip that around. Looks like,
Oh my
looks like
God.
we've realized it.
frenzy into the
Having a little
anti-ecos,
minor
sorry,
issue,
into
and,
the
Texture
ecos
with a nice early
has
kill.
increased a lot.
Catches Saya player
I'm not
pushing
sure,
out into B
the
main.
only time I kind of noticed it was when Fnatic were doing it.
Shot
They
across.
did it the most that I saw out of
So
teams.
hopefully we'll get that
And it
UI
looks like other
rebooted
teams have
and
been trying it
set for you
out
guys
and
for
getting
sure.
success with it.
In the meantime, T1 trying to get set up for this attack on A. You can see all of that. KJ Util just dumped in front. See how they fare against it.
It's still not pulling the trigger just yet. It looks like they want to get a little bit deeper with Munchkin's push through Art, and now they're going to commit.
Okay, and they managed to clear it all out, so Nano not going to be able to slow them up. The Star not going to be used. Aaron swinging around the corner of the Seas. Does get used, and he interrupts that plant, but
Down A.
Munchkin and Carpe finding another. Pull off the spike plant. Bazzi swings in.
Last
Which are
player
now going to
standing.
fall, and suddenly it's just Carpe left. But already, still decent damage found. 3 weapons knocked onto the ground. Not going to feel too bad, and see Carpe definitely going to be feeling a bit more confident with his Spectre.
Tell
in his
you
hand,
what,
but
though.
Texture does swing out and finds that elimination.
Chat, HUD's wrong at the
This is a
moment, so this
pretty
is
decent
9.
round for T1, all things considered. So, by the way, it's 5-9 the other way
I mean,
around.
actually, it's just the actual teams are on the wrong
We know.
one.
T1 is still ahead. Oh, okay. Texture gets the opening kill there at range on the B long. Batsy again being really solid here so far in this match. Carpe continues to show
It was
us
a
that
good eco.
he is a no doubt
They did a
when it
fair
comes
amount
to
of
an
damage.
esports player, still has a ton
This
of talent.
bonus might be one of the worst we've seen today
I just want to point out that I should have mentioned
in
it
terms of
at the
guns.
start of the map.
What's up?
But actually, first pistol
I mean,
loss
yeah,
of
it
this
literally
roster
is for
has
sure.
seen that Global
We get
Esports
3
has seen
pistols into
since
the
becoming
bonus.
a Pacific franchise team.
Oh my God, you're
We're
right.
able to get every single pistol round versus
So-
Vitality.
Fine to just play this as a bonus,
It was
no one
the
wants to...
follow-up anti-ecos,
They're kind
but
of
things
fine
started
to
to
give
fall
this
apart
one to
because of
T1,
Sharon,
really.
coming
go
down,
super aggro over
Vitality
towards
so damn clean. Then drove
B. We
Logic
are
with
wing.
delayed
We are
reaction.
doing it just a heavy
Just a
default, right? They
smattering
took
of
mid
damage,
control. They
goes
had one
back
person
over
watching
towards shops and
spot.
tries to go for that snake bite. Prowler's on the
Oh my
chase,
God.
as is Texture.
Dude, why
But
is
he
it
gonna
lagging?
be the
What's
one
going
finding
on
the kill. Full flash in on the Texture. Has to back away. In the meantime, Aaron and Bronski now Bazzi falling down. Give her the steady
Okay,
aim.
recovery was
Munchkin
pretty
will be able to
nice.
get him in the end.
So what's just a bonus? Again, they were expecting this to
Wresting
happen.
control away from
This
them again.
is the
They'll go ahead
important
and
round
close
now.
out the third round of the half.
So lost bonus reset,
There you go.
and
Munchkin.
yep, here we go.
Phenomenal today.
I didn't
yeah.
check if we had any
He
ults,
struggled a bit at lock-in, right? And
so I'll check that in a bit.
here he has looked really, really good, and that's encouraging here for T1. I think just freeing him up, maybe the IGLing. You know, he's been in IGL in the past, so it's not like he hasn't had experience with that. But you know, before he moved,
Munchkin, yeah, he's doing pretty
but-
good.
you know, freeing him up for this.
And
now you're able to
he,
really get
chat,
those
I'm right in saying
knockdowns
he
pushed
used to
through.
be
He's
the
only one
caller,
away from
right?
that.
So maybe
So
him
they're
not
gonna
having
make
to
a
do the
place
calling
moving forward.
duties
If they
anymore
can
just means that he can
that
kind of just
lockdown,
heavier
indeed.
focus on fragging.
See how they want to play off of it. If they're going to
I think I'm right in saying that.
There's already a push through Art towards mid, so a lot of info here on.
Because they said that Zeta was calling in terms of this, at least on the desk they did.
Just to get the orb. Didn't just go for it immediately.
Yep.
They're suspecting that there was going to be some kind of resistance.
But again, I'm not 100% sure that's right. That's what they said on the desk.
Not found. Texture now moving back over from Art into the site, off at the ready.
Yeah, too much pressure here. So
Yeah.
T1's just kind of. They're not liking this. They're not liking this quick adjustment. You
Okay,
know, even though they invested
Pressure over towards here.
a little bit of utility.
When do we see a
Not
fade
enough that
eye
they feel
or
like they
fade
have to
util
really
to clear
overcommit,
out this
so
question mark? I'm going to leave that
that's
up
where they
until
wanna
they
place
clear
this.
it.
If they go to B where they want to place this
Okay,
lockdown,
they're
they've got
clearing
that
it
cubby
now.
right on the
Prowler
right-hand
goes
side,
in.
so
They
if you push
cleared a
in, they
bit
can
of it.
potentially get it in. If you get real deep,
In
you
terms
get it
of
right
it,
back
though,
inside.
they're very much happy. They just think that everyone's going to go into here, so they can get a rotate off. So that
Wrongski,
information and then clearing the question marks means that they can have a good rotate. Going to have at least 3 people here. We might even get to see a 4th person here. So this is very, very nice. When the ult comes down, we see a heavy rotate as well.
Nade goes in.
Can they get a nice plant?
Just setting up the turret. They can move in for the plant. No one's going to be detained, but they're going to start swarming in back pretty soon. So they have to get this plant down ASAP. Hope gonna be broken.
Oh,
Zeta
that's a
take it down.
massive spam
Spike down,
kill.
not planted, just
Spike
10
down
seconds
10
remaining. Carpe
seconds.
able to find one, and I think the T1 overcooked this. They
Oh,
waited
yeah,
far too
nicely
long
done.
to try to go for the
I actually
plant.
think the T1 made a mistake
they
by using the
completely
ult
let
here.
it
It just
slip
meant that everyone
out
could
of
kind of
their
crowd
fingers.
around. They missed that
Global
opportunity of
absolutely
not
grab
planting.
onto the
Vision was
victory,
blocked
do
here,
not
so they
let
didn't
go.
really want to
Lot
go
of
through and take any
trepidation there,
risk. They thought that
for
someone might be
T1
over
that
towards the
entire round.
site, just
You
trying to stick in the
mentioned early,
lockdown
after they got the
and get
orb,
some kills.
they still played it
So
extremely cautiously. Like,
yeah,
they were
maybe
still super nervous.
maybe they
that
overthought it a little
somebody
bit.
was gonna make a
Either
play off
way,
of that. They never
in
did.
terms of what I
And in
did
fact,
like,
GE's
GE
whole game plan
using
there
the
was,
prowlers at the right
wait
time, clear the
post-plant.
question mark, and
Let's
get the
wait
rotate
and,
out, so they
see
had
what
everyone
this
here in
got the
time was
opportunity
very
to
nice
disrupt
as
the
well.
plant because it took so long for T1 to feel comfortable to get into that position where they could go for the spike plant.
Yeah, I can't help but wonder or suspect that this tactical timeout being called by T1 is simply Coach Autumn coming in saying,
guys, can we just actually plant off the lockdown? Don't wait until the lockdown is over. Move into the site, please.
Yeah, you guys can just,
yeah.
send a couple players ahead there and
Yeah,
Make sure
he's
it's
kind of
clean.
right, but it's also like
Yeah, it's just far too delayed.
it's a little bit
Kobe.
it's a little bit
Not
perfect world, right? You
reliable
could still
enough
have that one
to
person
get
just
you a
making a
plant
hero
under
play
the
that could be in the lockdown.
circumstances.
So
GE's gonna be rushing you
they
when
played
they have
maybe a
weapons.
little
If it's an
bit.
eco round, if they have pistols, sure. The code,
Maybe they needed to be
it
slightly
lasts a bit
riskier
longer. Even
and
then,
just trust
still
that they could
incredibly
get the
risky.
trades
You've
out.
got no time left on the clock.
it's pretty hilarious now. Like, it did not take long for teams to just be like, cove down, ping it, everybody shoot. And then it's gone.
Oh yeah, I
It
mean
does
we
not
saw
last
it.
very long.
We saw it from one match to the next. You
Yes.
know, with Talon playing DRX.
Exactly.
DRX were
exactly.
getting away with it versus C9, and then all of a sudden they go and they play up against Talon. Talon's like, oh yeah, they're doing that same thing. They're just planting on the corner at Icebox B site.
Yeah, like this
Down
is my
go,
first
we'll
time
spam
actually.
through it, we'll
So obviously
kill
I've seen
stacks, and
Achilles on
suddenly
the
we'll win the
desk.
round.
Yeah,
This
it
is
was
my
fun.
first time actually listening
It just, yeah,
to
it does not
both
last
of these
that
people
long. I mean,
cast.
the cove
Actually,
is,
I think they're really good.
really powerful in when there's not a full team or 3 rifles pointing at it. One rifle it can hold up against. Once you start adding that extra
Huge
firepower
rounds.
in there, I mean, it's really an interesting tool, and I think a lot of interesting stuff being used with it.
Let's see how much damage
But
T1 can do to the economy.
coordination from our teams is of course top notch, so it doesn't survive too long. And oh my
Well,
God,
that's-
Carpe.
Okay.
That's
Carpe aim very
Okay.
good. As it
at least
turns
we get
out.
the trade.
Fazio
Can we kind of
also
yep
excellent.
get this out of here?
Trying to juggle that op. Texture usually really good for it, but this time Carpe just better. Caught him a little bit off guard. You can see the crosshair placement from Texture.
Gun is
just
still there.
Saya up on
But it's
top.
now an
Smoke
off.
gonna dissipate. Bazzi
Oh
able to
boy.
stabilize. Gets the second.
Nicely done.
Before
Good
Zeta
amount of
can
damage,
find the
huh?
kill, and now he finds himself with 11 HP, and Munchkin split over towards A main. And Munchkin had the spike. Could potentially creep in and get a plant down and allow for Zeta to move up. But now they're just going to go for the crunch. As Munchkin will be good for one, ends up falling. Weapon retrieves. Zeta trying to sprint, breaks line of sight, sends out the wall to slow. Fragment at the ready. Cove now thrown up.
I
The
mean,
plant
Oh, I
will
like
be coming
that.
through.
maybe
Just out of range. Doesn't get
11
caught,
HP, but
But this would surely be a miraculous clutch, and I don't think it's going to
Okay.
happen, and it won't.
I mean, nice try.
Ronsky dodges the bullets.
Good
finds
damage
the
though.
kill, gets the
Right,
defuse,
we
and
said
that's
let's
gonna
see how
give
much
him
damage they
the
can
ult
do.
for
They
the
do
next
pick up
round
the
here.
op, but we get to
GE
see 3
keep
people
themselves
rebuying,
alive.
so not too
Yeah,
bad.
a pretty good round here for T1. Get a decent amount of value, get the plant down, for an eco, so can't complain too much about it. It all starts with Carpe here. I mean, again, the mechanics for this guy are absolutely otherworldly, and he catches Texture off guard. Texture not ready for Carpe to be that far pushed up, and the crosshair was off just enough, and Carpe was clean enough with his. He's able to get it done, but Batsy, man, he's looking really good today. This is that Batsy that, at times when he was on Slayers last year could absolutely start taking games over.
I mean, you have to think T1, they could just finish him off a little bit sooner. Maybe they end up converting that round. Bazzi,
Yeah.
good to stabilize, get that spray down.
I mean, they have nice retake ults if they wanted to
Round
give up
victory.
B pretty
Turn out
easy.
Creeping across, Texture seemingly having a perfect idea of this. As his crosshair placed just perfectly to play whack-a-mole.
Okay, in terms of
with
this, we see
Viper.
the wall to get some map control.
See if he's got it.
Yeah, holding on to
Carpe
here and
has
here and
his
just
ult behind this,
insta-following
and
up the
he's
dog. So yeah, a
Trailblazer.
lot of
Kind
pressure over towards Art. They
cutting off
break
angles
this
here. This is a
question mark
pretty
right here.
interesting Harbor
over
Wall,
towards B. They
used
put
it
up
to
the
check two
smoke,
corners, right
and
outside of
they
mid
cross
doors
to
and
the
right
back here.
outside of
So
Arc
kind
to
of another
know how
question
much
mark at
space
least
they
to where
had.
this person
Now
is.
they're going to use the cascade to
So
try to
that's
push
2 at the
through.
moment that haven't
But
been
I did
cleared.
see, I was
Where
gonna
the
say,
hell
One
is
Yet
this
had
kill?
pushed up right towards the doors. Gets
Okay, they
that
tried to
kill.
walk through door and they don't get a trade. What's the timing
Pressure
like?
Coming out of Art. Backs away, but now we'll know.
That's a nice kill without
Running
a
in through
trade.
The doors as that flash does not connect from Carpe. The audio cue.
It's a great knife as well. Good info. Hits both. Going to see a big rotate from that.
It's gonna take way too long. So just has to wait out the 0
Instant
point.
reaction from Wrongski just popping his ult.
That's gonna take a while.
And just to cut us sound again, we have a question mark here, so question mark here, so they're just trying to cut sound and just make it look like they could have gone to any of these areas, make sure that the rotates go over towards the other side. So this is very nice cutting the sound, might work out really, really well, especially with that first kill. Hey there, this was a tricky situation for T1, and they played it very, very well. They did great to get this into a 4-on-4.
Spams him
4
down
on
to
3
the
now,
box.
but
Now sends up the Cosmic Divide. No one is in front of this. No one is playing back hall for the side of T1. Carpe has to be the difference maker. He finds one and narrowly
dude, how has he
survives.
stayed alive here?
Backs away, 30 HP in his hands.
He really
Carpe
committed to the spray and did not get
potentially
punished.
the one to make the call for if they're on the
Nice
spike, it won't
timing
even
on this. I'll
matter.
tell you what, that's a
They
very
just
impressive
pushed their
round.
way in.
If
They
Zeta is
forced
now
the issue.
calling, this was very impressive.
T1
This was
can
a
pick up a round win.
I am
that was yeah.
flabbergasted. I mean, T1 there has nothing
Yeah, I have
but a
no
Carpe
idea how
flash
Carper's alive
for
there
any
as
kind of
well.
utility and the heal, but
Like
that's
here,
not important to this
he
situation.
really commits to this next one
And
if we
Carpe
show
has
it.
just been absolutely insane. On Yet there,
Like how he
trying to
doesn't
do
get
what he
traded
can,
here,
but this guy is
that's beyond me.
firing on all
But yeah,
cylinders.
nice
Zeta
calling
too
from
here
Zeta if
just
it is
comes in
Zeta
at
or
the
maybe
perfect timing.
Munchkin.
They time
We
it. It's a
don't know
1,
for
2,
sure
3
yet.
Go. They push
Yeah.
together, and that's huge.
Okay,
You
this
can hear
becomes
them
an
at the end of
important
their
round.
comms. They are fired
Pretty much a
up.
swing round in terms of the econ.
Now 11-7. One more here
Where
for
are
the side
we?
of T1. To take this to map
Heavy
point.
pushing towards middle. 2 people
No
here
one
flash
can. Does
through.
have that
Oh,
blade
the
storm.
team
Carpe
flash
gets a pop
might mean
flash
that the
out.
trade is
We'll
not
find one
here.
Ends up falling.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
texture.
the accidental,
Overheating a bit, tries to go for
accidental
precision.
dash
Side
forward
players
instead of
able to
pressing
reset
A.
the
He
game.
did, I guess it was S and A, so we
Two
just went
players
slightly
down.
to the side. So yeah, that's
T1
a little bit
lose out
unlucky on that
flashes.
one.
That does make it a bit more difficult to approach some of these sites, but the same could be said for GE. not
So yeah,
having
little
those defensive
few
smokes.
mistakes on both sides here, but in terms of this
I
one,
like the idea here from
T1
GE
come
to
out
try
on
to
top.
push out a little bit to try to take some space. You know, but T1's been also kind of keen on taking a lot of these early pushes in towards Art, in towards mid. So this time GE is going to come out on the better side of it. A duel coming forward.
Razzie needs to win this. He's good for one. Somehow, Runsky just narrowly misses out.
Oh, I think
Firing
Wrongski should have won that one.
millimeters
Munchkin
away
did
from
great.
Munchkin's head. That leaves
They
Aaron.
had their
IGLG
chance into it. I
now
thought their reaction was good as
1v3
well to
scenario.
just go aggro and looking with the 2-person.
HP.
But
On Saya, but he's not going to be the first challenge.
I
It's
think
gonna be
they had
Munchkin
to,
just around the corner, and clearly
they had to
not
win out that
expecting
one.
it. T1 will close
Right,
out
5
the round
chances.
and now take this 12-7.
Yeah, T1 looking so good here. Good to see Global
21
Esports
to
start
11
punch
for
back,
Munchkin as
start
well.
to find some kind of rhythm. But Munchkin has been really damn good this map, and continues to be so. But this round just really comes down to this mid push from Global Esports that just didn't quite convert. So now they're on not great money here for this round. A Guardian, a Spectre, a Stinger. They invested completely in that previous round, so the economy here very, very slim.
I'm curious if it's a let's move on.
So in terms of this being their
we typically do
one of
start
their main
slow.
chances,
That
it's
situation
pretty good.
prevents
This
them
might be the
from
best
timeout
out of their
call
5.
coming in.
Yeah, that's true.
Might
just
be the
had, what,
best out of their
one
5
piece, I
chances to
believe.
close this out because we have
Right.
ults and they have gun diff.
I wonder if it's just a GG, let's go next. Let's not linger on this too much. Really try to overcook something that's already burnt.
Can you? If it's already burnt, I mean, you start overcooking it, then you're getting into.
You're still going to start a fire,
Yeah, exactly.
which is what you don't
You're
want to
gonna
do.
burn your house down. That's not ideal.
Are you talking about this wall here?
Ooh, good spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I've seen it a few times as
Minimal
well.
damage. Wronsky needs to be instrumental here. Guardian in hand, though. Sends out a couple taps, backs away.
Dude, the
Texture
knife
finds
hit
one,
so
finds the
many.
other, snapping onto Carpe, snapping onto Munchkin.
Nicely done
He
from
keeps them
Texture
in
though.
this.
That was huge.
The lockdown now invested. Zeta still going to try to go for the plant. Limited time, but doesn't have very far to go to exit from this lockdown, so they go ahead and pull away. It was used so deep back towards the spawn. They get themselves out. They check the flank. Nothing found. A single bite
It's
available
not
from Intro.
the best position
Is it
to be
enough?
in. You can defuse a lot
This
from this
lockdown gave him
side.
enough room to push this angle.
Can he
Now
fully
they gotta
see
get there,
this
but that
from
spike is
here? I'm
pretty
not
deep.
entirely sure.
Cease connects. The bite being waited out. Tap on.
Well, we're gonna find
Mounier
out.
holding for it. Gets it at least to happen. He's just going to be holding this. They have to spray him up. Intro's going to be good to find one, but they can't interrupt it. The defuse comes
Oh
through
my
just
goodness,
a
okay. I mean, it came.
fraction of a
It
second
was very,
too
very
late.
close.
I wasn't sure for a moment if he
Yeah,
was
I was
get it.
confused as well. I didn't
he
I didn't
died,
know if
like,
he had
right
actually
as
got
he
it or not.
finished
That's
it, and I
how
was like,
close it
So
looked.
close.
Did it go? Did it not?
Yeah, I was in the same.
Ooh,
I
boy.
was in the same spot.
Well,
Okay, 5
GE
chances down to
barely holds
4.
on, and
They
now
didn't
can
use
at
any
least
ults, so not
somewhat
too bad.
stabilize the economy here, but
Texture did
just
insane. The knife was really good as well
built
to
me
hit
on
like
point.
3.
Oh yeah. I mean, if Textured one fewer kill, this map is over.
Yes.
So, stepping up right in the moment that he needed to, but yeah, I mean, you can see just how close it was. T1 not going to be given the map victory quite just yet. Still need to work for it. Weapons, though, obviously, still not
Still not great.
Swarovski for now.
Okay, that's going to be ult for
Still
this
having
one.
that Guardian.
That's-
Two Spectres here.
That's
No ult to
4
speak of,
ults up.
whereas there are 3, now
And
4 available as Carpe gets the
We have
Seekers
pushed
online.
over
T1
towards here, and this is
likely
where
to
it becomes
invest
a little
all
bit
of his
risky on
damage.
this one, because if you try and push and shut down over
Absolutely, you
towards
got
B, it just means that
everything to
everywhere else
play
is
with
weak
here.
because of the 3
So
choke
they get it
points,
done,
so
they're gonna
they have
open
a
up the
very good
site,
window into
throw
this to get
down
over towards
Cove.
site. And
Get the
then
plant
they can
down
get
here,
the
Munchkin
plant,
looking
then
to
maybe
see
we
what
can have a
he's
good
gonna try and
Viper
pull
ult,
her up.
and this should be an
Quite a bit of
insanely
damage
hard
now, back
retake
away.
for
There's a
GE.
lockdown. He's gonna
I mean,
use this at it.
with this ult as well, and then you can
Position.
waterfall in
Mounier
terms of the
fall
Viper
for this,
ult.
though.
I'll
The
chat,
bite comes down
like,
just to try to stop him.
they get
Eagle
no,
push
they
in,
get
that destroyed.
detected on their flank behind.
Hit now, invested on the back end. Ping's coming down. Carpe searches for some tags onto Bazzi. Doesn't find him though.
Oh, side
1
players
HP!
lurk.
He's Wombat wins this!
How?
Bazzi gonna take it down. The lurk from Zeta is beautiful. Finds Mounier. Now it's 3v4. The pit still up, the spike ticking away. They need to get onto this. They're running out of time. It seems nigh
Yeah,
impossible. And
how
yeah,
do
with
you
an
win
arrow
this
ticking,
round?
That's just gonna do it.
Very, very
Controls
nice from
straight out the
T1.
final 2 players is T1 take
Very,
Pearl
very nice.
13-8.
Felt pretty
Really
convincing.